Hey everybody, this is GKE715. Welcome back to another Let's Play of Mega Man 6. Last time we ended up defeating Yamato Man and Tomahawk Man. Now we are off to the final two Robot Masters. So, next up we're gonna go after we're going after Nightman. Nightman. He is designed after a knight of medieval time. He has defeated more than 1,000 robots in a duel. A good point, he has the spirit of chivalry. A bad point, he has a single track mind. He likes honor and he hates dirty tricks. So he wouldn't be. So he really wouldn't be like the kind of guy that would like to see people like cheat. Because most knights have been known to hold up at least like some form of chivalry over the years. Well, by this point, though, however, like chivalry is like someone alive or dead. We got one of these things. It's a weird enemy. Yeah, it's a weird enemy, that'll peek out, so... we got these. Okay, now we have this section where these, like, spikes will attempt to crush us. But then they'll, like, rise up. Ooh, boy, this is, like, scaring me so much. Yeah, see, the jumps sometimes don't even make any sense. Alright, let's get a move on. It's annoying. Yeah, but anyways though. But Nightman though. I kinda like his design. Kinda like it. Well, that and Yamato Man. They have the one that was designs. But Centaur Man on the other hand, I like his design. Which, we'll get to Centaur Man after we get through all of these, like, freaking spike traps. I swear, I don't even know why, like, every Mega Man game, like, has to have spikes. Like, I've yet to see a Mega Man game with no spikes. I've yet to see one. Ugh, okay, let's gotta move on. Alright, come on. Rise up, rise up. Alright, stay down here. Okay, let me just see if I can like plan this jump early. There we go. And the spikes stop. Okay. We got one. We got a shield which will do looping shots, and then it'll do like straight shots. So that is just how it'll do it. We got one of these like freaking skull drones. These wheels are going back and forth. Going up. Alright, let's see here. Still like on the lookout for any path that looks suspicious or anything. Because like like I said, like Nightman also holds one of Beat's parts. I don't know why would a knight like him will be holding one of his parts, unless of course he holds it as some sort of trophy. Which in reality though, like having like robot parts as trophies wouldn't be like a very good trophy part. Eddie, what are you gonna give me, buddy? Weapon energy? Ah, whatever. Well, I mean, I got the energy bouncer, right? I have it, right? Yes, I do have the energy bouncer. I do have it on, so. Which I believe it like, okay, I think it. Okay, yeah, it's just automatically like connected to you, so we'll be fine. We got this thing right here. It's a really weird robot. If you shoot it, it'll go berserk and chase you around. So like apparently this thing like gets enraged like once like you shoot it. It's supposed to be like a robot where it's like very hyper intelligent, but then it'll lose its temper and it'll try to kill you. That's a weird drone enemy that crawls around ceilings. We got one of these bouncing things, so we gotta be careful. Ouch. All right, we have another path. We have another path to take, and I believe that this is the path that I want to take. Yeah, see, this is the other. Yeah, this path right here like takes us to another way of Nightman. Fun fact that you can actually like refight these guys. At least, well, not all of them. You can like refight them. Like not all of them entirely. So, somewhat of them. Anyways, Nightman is weak to the Yamato Spear. So I guess it's kind of fitting, how these rivals of themselves are weak to it. Now, Nightman, he is equipped with a shield, which I believe it blocks attacks, or it doesn't. No, it doesn't block attacks, even though it was just for show. But it's presumed, though, that he may use it to block it. Yeah, this is his weapon, the Night Crusher. He'll jump around trying to stomp on you, and also and will throw around his his mace and try and hit you down with it. Pretty aggressive, I'll be honest. So from defeating Nightman, we get the Night Crusher and Beats A parts. So that's pretty good. So, now we have one more final Robot Master before we get to the Mr. X stages. Next up, Centaur Man. Centaur Man, let's look at his bio. His Centaur flesh can bend the dimensions, but at a large amount of energy has to be consumed. A good point, he is decisive. A bad point, he dwells on things. He likes gambling. Yeah, a robot that likes gambling. And he hates being whipped. Yeah, because horses. He probably wouldn't be a fan of Simon Belmont. Anyways, this guy has a stage. It's essentially like a water stage. Some interesting facts about Flash, or not Flashman, or about Centaur Man. What's interesting, in the manga, at least Mega Man 6 is Mega Mix manga, Centaur Man is actually female. Yeah. It's confirming, that he's female in the manga, and apparently he was in love with someone, and which is pretty sad, a pretty sad story if you think about it. Nevertheless, though, it is interesting how mangas can be different from what the games tell you about, which is why I own several Legend of Zelda mangas which are different from the games. And yes, I do read manga and I enjoy it. So if y'all have a problem with me reading, then screw you all, you sick bastards. All right, that's enough joking around. We got this really weird trippy room where it has water I'm going up. We got these weird robots that jump. They also it can be enhanced by the gravity of the water, so let me see here. You know what? For this, I'm gonna use the jet form just to be safe and sound. There we go. There's some water down here, or not water, just what's this? Yeah, in order to move on, we gotta blast this guy with a charge shot. Fun fact, as a kid, though, I used to go to Centaur Man all the time. I don't know why, really. Hey, thanks, Eddie. You give me a 1-up. Let's see here. Alright, we are gonna getting closer to the end of things. That is a weird, submarine robot. Just avoid these things here. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like Centaur Man's theme. It's kind of calm and a bit pretty calm and interesting. Fun fact: Centaur Man yet again also returns in a different Mega Man game, just not like in the style of 8-bit. We'll be seeing him again one day, so I hope you guys get ready. Centaur Man, this is the other path we can take to Centaur Man when we can with the jet. So, Centaur Man is weak, I believe, to the Night Crusher, which is his primary weakness, what he's weak to. So, here he is. Oh, yeah, he can teleport around, he'll teleport around. He has the split shot, which, his shot can split around. He can also stop time. Yeah, see? For a moment, he can also split time. Or stop time, much like Flashman from Mega Man 2. So, it's kind of interesting how he can. Well, with that takes care of all the Mega Man 6 bosses. And we get the Centaur Flash and Beats T parts. Well, with that, this concludes all the Robot Masters. And as well, we have everything that we need. Yep, here he is, Mr. X. I'll see you guys in the next episode where we'll begin, like, preparations to battle him. I'll see you guys then.